What Obasanjo and Yaradua Told Me by Charles Soludo. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The central issue in the quest for Nigeria's greatness is leadership selection. Some 2,400 years ago, the great philosopher Plato argued that as a just and healthy person is governed by knowledge and reason, a just society must be under the control of society most cultivated and best informed mind, its lovers of wisdom. I have chosen to share the thoughts of our two presidents to encourage a debate on the matter, especially given the pervasive indifference or downright loathsomeness to matters of politics and governance by the so-called lovers of wisdom. I served Nigeria under two presidents. This piece is not part of a book on presidential governance. Okay, Soludo is coming out to give us some nuggets. Okay, we all know Soludo now, the governor-elect of Anambra State, who is waiting, like he's waiting to be sworn in soonest. Okay, and I think March, they're going to swear him in and, he's going to swing into action. He has a lot of promises for the Anambra people. He has said his promises are looking good, but me, I will say sincerely, sir, you don't need to say anything, sir. Just carry everything on your mind, you understand? Plan in silence, so that when you're going to be doing it, you're going to be doing it with so much pride. People will not say, okay, he's really, really good. Okay, that's aside. Let's hear what he has to say about the late Yaradua, God bless his soul, and the former president, Obasanjo. The news in detail, please stay with us. The date was Friday, March 17, 2006, at the morning prayer session with President Olusegun Obasanjo at the red carpet in the villa. I raised a special prayer point and asked the congregation to pray for the new governor of my state, Anambra, Peter Obi, who was on his way from Abuja to Oka to be sworn in same day, as well as for Anambra State, so that Obi's regime may mark an end to the brigandage and misrule in the state. We were all upstanding. The president caught in and pointed in my direction remarked, "We shall pray as you have requested, but the problem with you, people from Anambra, is that those of you who have something to offer shy away from politics and hooligans have taken over your state." To the best of my recollection, that was the only prayer point during the 4 years of daily devotion that received a commentary. Baba, as we fondly call him, was basically telling us to get involved or stop complaining. Periodically, the three of us from Anambra who were regular members of a prayer group, Obi Ezekwesili, Reverend William Okoye, and I, had cause to brainstorm on the challenges and limitations of participation in politics, especially by those of us who were technocrats. While we obsessed with good governance, we had little interest in the process of acquiring power. After leaving office as governor of the central bank, I was in London when twice in June 2009, I received calls from Alhaji Mangal to the effect that President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua wanted to see me anytime I was in Nigeria. I returned with my family late July, and on Sunday, July 26th, I received a call from the president that he wanted to see me by 9:30 p.m. After a few banter, he asked me what I was doing abroad. As I explained the three offers I was considering, he was shaking his head. Well, he started, "It is not because you're here, but I have said this several times to you. Given your age, skills, and accomplishment for economy and financial system, it would be a waste for you not to contribute to be involved in Nigeria's public service. For example, there is going to be an election in your state early next year, and I want to strongly urge you to show interest. You know that your state has been unfortunate with the leadership, and our party has been in crisis there." At that point, my heartbeat was racing. Before I left office, many people from Anambra suggested that I should run for governor, but it did not make any sense to me and my family. As I began my response, Yaradua cut in and suggested that I did not need to respond immediately, but instead that I should go home and consult with some of the political leaders in the state. He then raised his two thumbs and assured that if you accept to do this, I will come out fully to make sure that you get there. If you had allowed me to respond immediately, the answer would have been an unambiguous no. I thanked him and left. On getting home, my wife was curious. I summarized what the president said and she asked so what was the response. I told her the president would not let me respond, but asked that I go and consult. Then go back tomorrow and tell him that you have finished consulting and the answer is no, she wrote. I pleaded with her that we should at least give some time, out of respect before reporting our decision. I confided in a few people and sought their advice. Within a week, the rumors were everywhere. In the meantime, Yar'Adua also told a few people of his plans for Anambra and how he wanted to use Soludo to make Anambra a model state. He specifically requested Chief Tony Anine to help him make it happen. My wife and I came under inestimable pressure to go and serve our people. Some even said it was a divine call to serve. My wife loathes politics and cannot stand it. On August 12, 2009, I gave Yar'Adua the preliminary report on my consultations to enable me to make a decision. I presented the challenges and threats to his proposal, to which he laid out solutions. I told him that after 3 offices at the federal government, as Chief Economic Advisor, de facto Minister of National Planning, and Governor of a central bank, I believed I had had my duty as far as government was concerned and wanted to return to the international community, academia, and private sector. The only reason another public office would make sense to me in the circumstance was if I believed I could really make a fundamental difference. If I would contest, my vision was to transform Anambra's economy such that after 8 years, it would no longer need federation account allocation for recurrent expenditures but would devote 100% of it to capital budget. Consequently, I requested 8 things the federal government would do to enable me quickly transform the state into an international city, including an airport, modern seaport for Onitsha, and dredging of River Niger to enable medium-sized ships to come to Onitsha. Dualization of Anambra-Kogi Road to speed up commerce between North and Anambra. Anambra as a special line item for ecological fund, as 1/3 of its landmass was under threat by erosion. Completion of a greater Onitsha water scheme. Inclusion of Anambra as an oil-producing state. Anambra as one of the pilot states for the large-scale commercial agricultural scheme, and speeding up the second Niger bridge. Surprisingly, Yar'Adua accepted all of them at the meeting that lasted 76 minutes. We agreed that the agenda of transforming Anambra would require full 8 years of working 24 hours a day. He was happy and said that if he could have 2 states by geopolitical zone that would become models, he would have succeeded as president. I then requested another 4 weeks to undertake extensive consultation and report back early September. While reading this, something came to mind. I just, Yar'Adua, may his soul rest in peace. Only God knew how things would have turned out for the good. He had so much to offer. Unfortunately, he didn't have time. Those that have time to offer it, what are they doing? They're busy damaging our dear country. I just know he's going to be wailing in his grave. Even those that fought to bring us together, they are so going to be weeping. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen.